State may call their next witness.
We're going to call Detective Edgar Nahum. Please remain standing. Face clerk, raise your right hand.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
Please state and spell your first and last name for the record.
My first name is Edgar, spelled E-D-G-A-R, and my last name is Nahum, spelled N-A-H-U-M as in Mary.
Thank you very much. Sir, what do you do for a living?
I'm a detective with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
All right. How long have you worked for Metro?
About 8.5 years right now, sir.
All right. And what is the division that you're currently assigned to?
Currently, I'm assigned to the homicide section.
How long have you been in homicide?
Approximately 1.5 years now.
Okay. And before that, what unit were you a part of?
I was part of the gang investigation section.
Okay. Now, I want to turn your attention to the investigation regarding the killing of Jeff Garriman. Were you part of a squad that was investigating that unit, or that case, that event?
I wasn't part of the squad. I was doing what's called like a TDY or a temporary assignment, more of a ride-along with the homicide section, so I was allowed to go to homicide investigations and assist with homicide investigations.
Did that have something to do with the timing of when you were joining homicide? Is that why you were doing that ride-along?
Yes, that's correct. I was in the process of testing to be a homicide detective, and so I was allowed the opportunity to ride with them and assist with their investigations, being that I was already a detective in a unit that handled violent crime.
Okay. Did you assist those detectives in performing a search warrant on the home of Robert Tellis?
I did, yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about how, like, a search is divvied up. How do you guys kind of game plan that?
So the way that it usually works, and every section has a little bit of a different way to do it, but this particular squad was a senior tenured squad of detectives. So while the lead detectives were obtaining their search warrants, the rest of us kind of gathered up, and usually once the search warrant is obtained by the lead detectives, we're told, like, okay, we're ready to go, and then we'll kind of gauge the house or whatever is the premise that we're searching and divvy up the room. So, for me, being the fact that I was a ride-along, I was paired with a senior detective who was currently already in homicide, and I was assigned an area of responsibility to search within the house.
Okay. And before you go and enter the house, do you have some kind of understanding of some of the evidence that's been collected in this case, or information that you have at your disposal, so you maybe know what to look for when you go into, let's say, a residence, as in this case?
Yes, correct. Usually, we'll be briefed as to like what the items are that we are seeking, or the items sought, as they're called, as part of the evidence of the search warrant.
Okay. Had you reviewed any of video surveillance that had been collected from the neighborhood in which Mr. Garriman was killed?
Yes.
Did that include video of a suspect in a certain outfit?
Yes, it did.
What was that? What do you remember about that outfit? What jumped out to you?
So there was a couple of items of evidentiary value that we were searching for or seeking, which was going to be the focus of our searches. So the thing that stood out to me was like a gardener style hat, like a large straw hat. There was like orange, like a shirt, which would be like something along the lines of what a construction worker would wear. And there were some gray tennis shoes with black accents. Those are the items that had characteristics enough that we would want to look for them, or were specifically seeking them.
Okay. So you're going to this house. Did you partner up with anyone?
I did, yes.
Who was that?
That was Detective Lawrence Gilbert.
Okay. And what portion of the house did you work on?
I was initially assigned to the search of the downstairs living room.
Okay. Showing opposing counsel what's been marked as, well, it looks like page 217, 18, 19, let's see. I think this is 217 through 235. Not all of them have been admitted, but is there any objection to their admission? That's right. He's just looking for the rest. No objection? No objection. All right.
So 218 through 235 are being offered at this time,
That's correct.
and there's no objection, they're admitted.
May I approach?
You may.
All right, sir, I want you to take a look at 217 through states 235. Just take a minute, flip through those, and let me know when if you recognize what you're looking at there. Recognize what you're looking at there?
I do, sir.
Okay, what are these?
Those are still photographs of the of Mr. Tea's residence.
Okay. On the day that you performed the search?
Correct, yes.
All right. I know with crime scenes, if you have like an active crime scene, scenes are kind of like taped off and things of that nature. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How about if you're just effectuating a search warrant? Is there a lot of sealing off of scenes with crime tape or anything like that?
I mean, it just depends on the circumstances, right? Geographically where the scene is.
Okay.
If it can be contained, as in this case it was, like within a residence, it'd probably be more so just to, like manage the flow of people in and out of the crime scene. So
Okay.
it just depends is the answer.
Okay, so in this instance, did you tape around Mr. Tellis's house with the crime scene?
If my memory serves correctly, Patrol had already done the majority of the crime scene preservation stuff and tape prior to our arrival.
Okay, so do you remember, let me ask you this, who is allowed to come in and out of Mr. Tellis's residence during the performance of the search warrant?
Usually it would be the detectives that are assigned to the case. In this case, homicide. Usually, at least in my experience, it was the units affecting the search warrant.
If any Metro officer was interested in just kind of walking in and seeing what's going on, are they allowed to do that?
We would highly discourage it because of what we're out actually doing,
Okay,
right?
In this instance, did you allow other members that are not part of this search team to come into the house when you were performing this search?
The way that I remember it, it was the homicide section that was there as well as the crime scene analyst. Could there have been other people there? Absolutely, but not to my recollection. Not anybody that I recall.
Okay, do you recall Detective Derek Jappy participating in the search of the house?
I know Detective Derek Jappy's name. I've never met him before, nor have I ever seen him.
Okay, so you're not exactly sure. Okay, do you remember seeing kind of a tall redhead waltzing through?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and this may seem like a silly question, but do you allow regular citizens to just come in to a home that you're searching when you're performing a search warrant?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, why not?
Well, at that point, we have to treat it as if though it's an extension of the crime scene, right? Due to the fact that we're effecting a search warrant, It's evidence that could be located in there. So to preserve any potential evidence that would be inside of the residence, we don't allow members of the public into where we are searching.
So how about real estate agents? Do you let them come in when you're doing search warrants?
Absolutely not.
How about anyone from Compass Realty? Do you let anyone from Compass Realty come in during your search of Mr. Tellis' house?
No, sir. Nobody but law enforcement, to my knowledge, was allowed into the residence.
Okay. Publishing 217. What are we looking at here?
This is the front of Mr. Tez's residence the day of the search warrant.
All right. Publishing 218. Is this just a little bit of a closer view?
It is, yes.
Publishing 219. What are we looking at?
This is the residence's front door.
Publishing 220. What do we see here?
This would be like a view towards what I guess would be the west, facing from the living room towards the kitchen, and in that where the archway is would be like the rest of the residence where you first enter, as well as I believe the stairs to go upstairs.
One other question before we kind of finish with the photos. Was Mr. Tellis' wife present in the home when you performed your search?
They were allowed to remain in their home for the sake of comfort, not wanting to, leave her and her children outside or anywhere where they wouldn't be as comfortable. We were trying to award them a little bit of respect in that sense.
Okay. So this is kind of standing in the family room sitting area. Would that be correct? Looking towards the kitchen?
That's how I would describe it, yes.
All right. Publishing 221. What vantage point are we looking at here?
So this would be just as if though you flipped and looked to the right. So as you entered the residence, I guess it would be walking north, and then all the way at the right corner, which would be like the northeast living room, as the way that I would describe it. They had an L-shaped couch.
All right. Publishing 222. What perspective are we looking at now?
Same perspective as before, just maybe a little bit further to the north and looking towards the east.
Was this the room that you were assigned to?
Yes, it was.
Who was helping you search this particular room?
Detective Lawrence Gilbert.
I want to ask you about that couch. Does that couch have any sort of special features, or is it just a normal sitting couch?
The far corner next to where the dog kennel is, which would be, if I'm looking at the photo to the right, reclined.
Okay. So when you're performing, if you see what appears to be a reclining couch, do you kind of extend it out to see what potentially might be under it?
Yes,
Did you do that in this case?
I did.
Publishing Exhibit 223. What do we see here?
So once the recliner had been extended, shone my light in it actually from the rear of the couch, and I saw what appeared to be like a Ziploc bag containing like fabric or plastic, some sort of like just shredded up material, and then to the right of that was a shoe.
Did the shoe catch your attention?
It did, yes.
Why?
It appeared to be the shoe that was shown to us previously in the video and in the still photos that we had of the suspect.
I'm going to zoom in, and if you look, detective, to your right, there is a mouse. Can you use that mouse and identify where you see the shoe?
So the shoe would be right here. And then what initially caught my eye was the Ziploc bag, which was right back here. And then when I moved to the front of the couch, after Detective Lawrence Gilbert alerted me that we may have some evidence, I came to the front and I observed the portion of what appeared to be like a cut-up shoe.
Detective, were you able to see those shoes or those items when the couch was in its normal kind of non-reclined position?
No.
Okay, so it was, when you walked in, was it hidden from view?
Yes, unless you were to extend the recliner out, you wouldn't have been able to see those items.
Publishing 221. Is this more of a floor level view of this portion of the couch?
Yes, it is.
Publishing 225. Is that kind of coming a little bit closer in?
Yes, it is.
Let me. Do you see the shoe?
I do, yes.
Why don't you circle it and identify it for us? Okay, let the record reflect the witness has circled a gray Nike to the left of the picture. Let's slide it to the middle here. Where is the bag?
The mouse is kind of already on it, but it's this item right here.
Okay, let the record reflect that the witness is circling what appears to be at least a blue-lined Ziploc bag. Where is this other portion of the shoe that you're discussing?
It would have been right here.
Okay, let the record reflect that they're looking at another gray object with some white or black trim, also to the right of the Ziploc bag. Publishing 226. Is this just another close-up view of this shoe?
Yes, it is.
Was this shoe intact? Like, was it cut up, or was this shoe kind of intact?
That shoe was, at least from when I saw it from the back and then from the front, without approaching it too much, it looked to be a whole shoe, as opposed to the other one, which was obviously cut up.
Okay, publishing 227. Is that another close-up or an isolation of the intact shoe?
Yes.
Publishing 228. Is this another side profile of that shoe?
Yes.
Can you pull photos over here? They're over there.
Oh, the balancing?
Published exhibit 311. So this, before we get to 311, so this is the shoe that struck you as being familiar, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Publishing 311. Is this a still from some of the video that you reviewed before performing the search warrant?
Yes, it is.
Oops. Oh, there's the lag. And that's what caught your attention?
Yes.
Putting 228 and 311 essentially side by side. This caught your attention?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I want to publish 229. What are we looking at here?
This is a close-up photo of the partial shoe that was located next to the Ziploc bag.
Detective, when you look at this, has the insole been removed?
It appears that way, yes.
Okay. Is that usually the part of your shoe that you sweat into?
Correct.
Publishing 230. Is this another profile of that cut-up shoe?
Yes, it is.
Publishing 231, is that another image from a different angle?
Yes.
Publishing 232, is this just another top view or dorsal view of the shoe?
Correct.
I learned something new today. in terms
I
of
actually don't know what dorsal means, so
That's it.
you
Means
educated me,
top.
sir.
Means top. Publishing 235. What are we looking at here?
So this is a close-up photo of the Ziploc bag that I located with what appeared to be just like shredded bits of fabric.
Okay. Publishing 233, are these some examples of some of the items inside that bag?
Yes, they are.
Publishing 234. What are we looking at here?
Just some more bits and pieces of plastic and fabric that were located inside of the Ziploc bag.
When you identified the bag, the cut-up shoe, the intact shoe, what do you do at that point? When you see it, what's the next step in terms of securing it and getting it impounded?
So we work hand in hand with our crime scene section. So usually the way that it works is once you find an item of evidentiary value, just there's a lot more detectives usually than there are crime scene analysts. So we'll call out to the person who is documenting the evidence of the crime scene, right? Which in this case was crime scene analyst Smithson. So I called out for her and told her that we had located something in the living room under the couch, and then she came and pulled it from where it was, and then proceeded to document it as shown in the photos.
Let me ask you this, and I didn't ask you this before. Are you guys wearing anything protective-wise to preserve the integrity of the scene?
Yes.
What are you wearing?
This is not even just for the preservation of the scene, which obviously it's just another layer of protection to like preserve DNA evidence, but we will always wear gloves. Also just for like sanitary purposes, because a lot of times where we're searching, there are items which not necessarily clean or could be, potentially dangerous. But also in instances where we're searching for items where we might want to seek DNA, we'll wear mask coverings over our mouth and nose.
So you're wearing facial coverings, gloves. So you see this, you alert CSA Smithson, and then what does she do at that point, as far as you recall?
So she comes to the front of it, to where the area where the shoe was located. She documents it in place by taking photographs of it as it was located. And then I think I helped her by lifting up the couch on the backside, because one of the items are kind of wedged in there a little further deep. And then she pulled them out and proceeded to document. Okay,
so then they're documented, and then I take it, are they bagged up at that point?
Well, she collects all the evidence as is part of their procedure. She usually, after she's done with her photographs, she'll bag it up, and then they take it away to the crime scene lab to conduct whatever analysis or just impound, whichever is applicable.
As far as you remember, did anybody else handle those shoes other than kind of when you observed it between Smithson kind of impounding it? Did you let anyone else kind of manipulate that evidence?
No.
Court's indulgence. No further questions.
Cross-examination?
Yes, thank you. It's Detective Nahum.
Nahum? I know it's a point of contention in this trial, sir. There's a lot of pronunciations of it. Nahum is the correct way.
Nahum?
Correct.
Just want to make sure I have the spelling right.
I appreciate that.
You and I have never spoken.
Correct.
Haven't contacted you concerning any reports that you may have generated in reference to this case?
You have not, sir, no.
There is an officer's report that was generated in reference to this homicide investigation, correct?
I would assume so. Being that it was Detective Gaddis's case, I would assume it's Detective Gaddis's officer's report.
Okay. It's common. What happens, these reports are prepared in preparation for perhaps trials such as this one, concerning homicide investigations and prosecutions. Fair to say?
Absolutely.
These reports are important.
Absolutely.
They're generally made in time and obviously advised to assure their accuracy.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, this is relied upon by the courts, by the state prosecutors, defense in these cases. Fair to say?
Absolutely. They're very important reports.
And in this case, did you review, and I'll tell you, it's a 70-page report that is authored. It appears by Detective Gaddis. Did you review this report in preparation for your testimony today or any time during your involvement in this case?
I have not, sir. No.
If I told you that this report basically is a summation of the entire investigation, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No.
And
Without
this-
knowing any of the contents, of course, but that's a fair representation of the majority of our reports, if not all of our reports. It's just a summary of our actions as detectives to best document our actions and the investigation.
This report, and I'll just tell you, and the state has a report. I mean, obviously, I'm not misleading you. This report lays out basically the entry of Mr. Tellis's home, the search of Mr. Tellis's home on September 7th, 2022. Okay, it happened in the morning, correct?
Yeah, sometime it was during regular working hours. I remember being there in the morning till the afternoon.
He had taken his stepson to school, correct? 9:12 in the morning? right
I
around
wasn't
then?
part of the apprehension or any of the sort of predecessing stuff that happened before. I was just told once Mr. Tejas was taken into custody that we'd be assisting this homicide squad with the service of a search warrant.
Okay. And that was later in the day of the 7th, correct?
Like I said, it was sometime in the morning to the afternoon of that day. It was daylight.
Now, in this report, it lays out the persons at the scene of the search of Mr. Tellis's residence. Fair to say?
Sure.
Has a list of people that were present, and I wanted to make sure I got the spelling of your name correct. Your name does not appear in this report. Your name does not appear as the person that had discovered this tennis shoe that we've seen photographs of, or the pieces, the bags, things like that. Do you have any reason to disagree with me when I tell you it's not there?
Having not seen the report, sir, I have no reason to disagree with you.
If I told you that there is approximately 1,050 pages that have been produced as discovery from the district attorney's office, your name does not appear in those 1,050 pages. And I'm telling you, would you have any reason to disagree, or would you know I'm telling you the truth?
I have no reason to not believe you, sir. I was just wondering if the question was coming afterwards.
And great, your name's not here, but you're giving us testimony today that you found these cut up pieces of shoe, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And that you found this shoe underneath the couch in the living room to tell us home, correct?
I did, yes.
What time do you say that you arrived at the Tellis home?
I couldn't give you a specific time, sir. Memory serves, what I recall is it was during working hours.
Okay.
The homicide section works between 7 to 5 p.m., 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it was within our working hours, and it was sometime in the afternoon, and we were there till in the morning to the afternoon.
Okay, and you don't recall when you left, fair to say?
Yeah, not the exact time, no.
You didn't write any reports or generate any reports concerning what you say that you found in the Tellis home, fair to say?
That's correct. I did not generate any reports.
And you were asked by Mr. Hamner if you had seen any civilians, members of Compass Realty at the home during the course of your investigation, during the search that you say that you were at, correct?
Yes.
But you weren't there prior to the service of this search warrant, correct? The 6th, the 5th?
Previous days?
Yes.
No, I had never responded to the Tejas residence before my part of the service of the search warrant.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Okay, so, Detective, you were asked on cross-examination about Detective Gaddis's officer's report. Do you remember being asked a series of questions about that?
I do, yes.
Okay. What's your first name?
Edgar?
Okay, so that begins with an E.
That's correct.
And what's your last name?
Nahum?
Okay, how do you spell it?
It's N as in Nancy, A-H-U-M as in Mary.
Okay, M as in Mary. What's your P number?
My P number is 15484.
Okay. On direct examination, I asked you a question. Did you process or search that living room alone, or did you do it with someone?
You did ask, and I believe that I answered. I did it with Detective Lawrence Gilbert.
Okay. Referring to pages 40 and 41, counsel. You were also asked a question about when you did this. You had indicated the morning, is that correct?
Sometime between the morning and into the afternoon. We were there for several hours.
Would it help refresh your recollection as to the time if you had a chance to review Detective Gaddis's officer's report, specifically the area about executing the warrant at that location?
I've never seen Detective Gaddis's police report.
Would it help refresh your memory as to time you had a chance to take a glance at it?
Absolutely.
Referring to page 40 and 41, counsel. I'd like you to take a look at this paragraph right here, and let me know if that refreshes your memory as to time.
Okay.
I'd like you to take a look and there's a list of persons present. I want you to look at number 8 for the record, number 8, counsel. Take a look here, read it silently to yourself. Okay? And I want to turn to page 41, first paragraph, counsel. Take a look at this paragraph here, and just review that, and let me know if that refreshes your memory to a certain extent. Okay? If you read this paragraph right here. Okay? All right. So, now that you've had a chance to refresh your memory with Detective Gaddis, there was a question that was posed about, would it surprise you if you were never referenced? Do you see a possible reference to your name?
I do, yes.
Okay. Where is it listed?
As part of the persons present during the search of the execution of the search warrant at Mr. Tellez's home.
Okay. So when they list the officers, do they list out the first initial of their name?
Yes, they do.
Okay. What is the name, what is the first initial listed for you?
E as in Edward or Edgar, which is my actual name.
In the officer's report, how is your last name spelled?
It's misspelled. It's spelled Nahun at the end as opposed
N
to
instead
N.
of N. I have that issue with Hamner. It gets people messed up all the time. But anyways, is your P number denoted correctly?
My P number is denoted correctly.
Okay. And then in the officer's report, who is denoted as the person who locates the shoe in the living room?
The person that I was assisting with the search, Detective Lawrence Gilbert.
If you could, please explain to the jury whether or not Detective Gilbert is currently an active member of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
No, tragically he's retired, and I miss him every day.
Okay. So how long has he been retired for?
Just a couple of months.
Okay. So he's retired and you're active, correct?
That's correct.
But you participated in this search.
I did, yes.
Okay. And you were with him, and the two of you worked as a team to locate that shoe.
Yes, we did.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Just briefly, so your name was misspelled in the report on the one page.
My last name seems to be keep a recurrent theme in this trial, sir.
Okay, but it was Detective Gilbert that had initially found the shoe underneath the couch.
We were both searching the same area. Like I said, I was behind the couch. He was in front of the couch. I shone my light on it from the back. My attention was drawn to the Ziploc bag, and then when I looked to the right, saw the shoe. At that point, Detective Gilbert, I assume, also saw the shoe because he told me, hold on one
Well,
second.
we can't get into, obviously, you were present.
That's correct,
That's your
sir.
testimony. Were you wearing body cam, or was this in any way memorialized?
We as detectives, sir, do not wear body cams. We are not required to as part of our policies or procedures.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
Just
looks
real
like-
briefly, as to the question I memorialized through body cam. There's other ways to memorialize a search, correct?
Yes, there is.
There are photographs, correct?
Photographs as well as a scribe, sir.
Right? There are reports that are written, correct?
Yes, correct.
Evidence can be physically impounded, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
In this case, was the shoes and the cut-up shoes and the baggy shoes and the half shoes, were those things impounded as evidence?
Yes, they were.
Were they photographed and documented via photography?
Yes, that's correct.
And was it memorialized in the officer's report?
Yes, yes, it was.
Additionally, crime scene analysts prepare reports as well.
Yes, they do.
I know you haven't read it, but isn't there a responsibility to memorialize the things that are ultimately located and impounded?
Yes, that's another part of the process for us is that they generate their reports, and then obviously as supporting people in our investigations, our reports are very, I don't want to say redundant, but a lot of the same information is located on both of them.
Thank you so much. No further questions.
Thank you, sir.
There's no questions, thank you.
Looks like we have some questions from the jurors. Do you recall who was the one that reclined the chair to check underneath? Was it you or Detective Gilbert?
Remember serves correctly, it was me.
Court's exhibit number 11. While the team was searching the home, was the cameras on from the home and was the videos reviewed after the search?
Hard to say, I don't know.
And we marked this court's exhibit number 11. Is there any follow-up from the state,
No, Your Honor.
from the defense?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your testimony here today. You may step down and you're excused with your subpoena. Thank you very much for being here.